What is going on, everybody? Welcome on into the channel. My name is Richie Malora, and it is day 2 of free agency, a quiet day for the New York Jets so far. All the signings came yesterday and the day prior, re-signing Jamie Sherwood, bringing in Justin Fields, Brandon Stevens, Andre Cisco, and the Jets still have moves to be made. Obviously, everybody's waiting to hear the news. When are the Jets going to sign a receiver? When are we going to sign a tight end? Are we going to get an offensive lineman? Are we going to get a defensive tackle? It's impossible to fill in every single hole in the first day of free agency and even in general. So I wanted to give you guys my thoughts of free agency so far and my overall perspective. Justin Fields, Andre Cisco, we're going to talk about in this show in particular. We made a video this morning about him. Definitely go check out that video I made of Andre Cisco becoming a New York Jet. And then we also have Brandon Stevens as well we got to talk about. So a lot of interesting things to talk about regarding the New York Jets. I'm very excited to talk about it. Please do me a favor, folks. Hit the like button on your way into the channel if you did not already. Big time shout out to everybody that's been tuning in to the channel all free agency long, man. It's been a lot of fun. I feel like we can't forget about the news of Jamie Sherwood coming back because that's a big deal. If we did not re-sign Jamie Sherwood, he went out there and signed somewhere else. I bet you a lot of people will be worried right now about our linebacker situation, but that's not the case. So I definitely wanted to give a shout out to Jamie Sherwood because that is a big piece of free agency that some people are forgetting about. So let's focus in on Andre Cisco because he is the safety we brought in from the Jacksonville Jaguars, somebody to be excited about. Somebody with a ton of upside in the league, a 1 year worth $10 million, somebody that I believe actually has a chance to prove to be a household name in the secondary for the long run if the Jets, of course, want to extend him after the season. I think it's a smart move for the Jets to get someone here on a 1 year contract, especially someone that believes that the best years are ahead for his respective position. I think that you look at what he did in Jacksonville, 8 career interceptions. He's young, 25 years old, has the free safety ability to go all the way to the right sideline, left sideline, line up in the box, blitz the quarterback, is a sure tackler, but he's really good in coverage as well. He's known to be a hard hitter, and I feel like we need someone to set the tone in the back end, in the secondary, in an Aaron Glenn-led defense. So I think that's going to be very exciting. We also have a lot of interesting discussions regarding the NFL draft that we're going to be talking about as the weeks continue leading up to the NFL draft. So you guys let me know your overall thoughts of free agency so far. And don't forget to smash the thumbs up button on your way into the show. I really, really do appreciate it. Peculiar feels really good about Cisco. I like that. Me too, man. George says Jets definitely draft a safety on day number 2. Yeah, I think a day 2 safety is pretty much inevitable. 100%. Whether it's the second round or the third round, I absolutely agree with that sentiment. All right. You guys let me know how you're feeling right now. Shout out to JT, member of the channel. Justin Fields is a Jet. Has that sunk in yet, folks? That Justin Fields is a New York Jet. Has it sunk in yet? Has it sunk in yet? I mean, he looks pretty good in a Jets uniform. He really, really does look good in a Jets uniform. You see him in number 7. I don't know what jersey he's going to wear yet. It could be 7. It could be 4. It could be 3. Could be 8, 9, maybe 14, maybe 15, 17. I don't know. I'm curious to see what jersey he decides to wear because that's going to be a lot of fun to see that eventually come on in. What's up with defensive tackle and wide receiver? We need bodies. Yeah, we absolutely do. I think there's something that we need to talk about, which is a little complicated to kind of explain. But I think the Jets are being careful with their spending because they want to maintain that compensatory pick. And what that means is the Jets missing out on Hassan Reddick, which thank God we did. The Jets are going to receive a 4th round compensatory pick. But if the Jets go out there and spend big again on another free agent, we're going to not get that pick. So I know that's hard to understand here, but I think the Jets understand that, and they're carefully going to spend money. Because if they spend big on a defensive tackle or they spend big on a safety, we will lose that 4th round pick that's coming our way. So I think that is something to keep in mind, that the Jets are slowly but surely waiting for their compensatory pick to come on in. So big shout out to the Jets and everybody upstairs And a big shout out to Mike for the super chat, man. Big shout out to you as well. I want Tim Patrick. Yeah, the Jets are interested in Tim Patrick. We have not signed a wide receiver just yet, and I think that's somebody that we need to bring in. Who cares about a fourth? You should care about a fourth. What do you mean, who cares about a fourth? If you're given a free fourth-round pick, you take it. You can get value with a fourth-round pick. You can find a starter. Jamie Sherwood was a fifth-round pick. What are we doing here? What do you mean, who cares about a fourth? With this new regime, you want as many draft picks as possible. It feels like a free pick. You want to get rid of it? Would you rather go out there and spend big right now or get a guy in the fourth round that you can draft and develop for your team? Trade for Olave. I like that. Now, there's no actual rumors that backs this up yet, but I think that Chris Olave coming to the Jets would be pretty cool. We don't have a receiver next to Garrett Wilson yet. He has a lot of concussion problems. That is definitely something to keep in mind. Definitely something to keep in mind. Puka Nacua was a fifth-round pick. Purdy was a seventh. Exactly. He'd rather spend on a stud. At this stage of the Jets' tenure, I would prefer to draft somebody and find a stud in the draft. Take a swing on somebody on a cheap contract. That's how you got to look at it. That's how you got to look at it. Trade for Olave, draft Ibuka from Ohio State. Make it a reunion. Let's run it. There's a lot of reunions happening around the NFL. A lot of reunions, folks. A lot of fun reunions, to be exact. So you guys let me know how you're feeling about all these reunions, because I think we're forgetting not only is Justin Fields reuniting with Garrett Wilson, he's also reuniting with this buddy right here. Jeremy Ruckert, baby. This is a picture of Justin Fields, Jeremy Ruckert, and Garrett Wilson at Ohio State. I love it. I know Jeremy Ruckert doesn't feel like a household name. He doesn't feel like somebody that the Jets are super high on, right? But, hey, you never know what could be in store for this football team, all right? So I think that's a fun thing. I really, really do. So you guys let me know your thoughts of the Jets bringing in all these players. And I think Justin Fields is obviously the name that everybody is super pumped up about the most, because how can you not be pumped up about that, right? It's Jets free agency frenzy day number 2. We're reacting to all the Jets free agency moves right now, folks. Please smash the thumbs up button and subscribe here to the channel. We're getting close to 27K on Jets Media, which is a massive, massive deal. So if you guys want to support me here on the channel, simply subscribe and hit that notification bell. Let's do it. Let's do it, man. Richie, where are you? I'm not in my studio, as you could tell. That's all I can say. Just got some stuff going on personally, so I'm not at the studio right now, but I'm all good. I'm all good. Just with the family right now. But that's why we live here. We got to get our mind off of things. McMillan doesn't have elite speed. I'd rather trade down and draft Burden. I think that Tyler Warren is an absolute name to watch in the NFL draft. I think Mason Graham is a name still to keep in mind, but there's a lot. There's a lot. Who do you want that's left in free agency? I think Tim Patrick is a name that's not flashy, but I would absolutely love the Jets to bring him in. Patriots fan here, don't kill me. Just want to say, love everything you do on the AFC East roundtable, and you're my second favorite creator of the group. We're marvelous. Well, if you're a supporter of the AFC East roundtable and you're a Patriots fan, I salute to you, okay? I'm not going to kill you, right? I don't like the Patriots, and you shouldn't like the Jets. But anybody that supports the AFC East roundtable, I support as well. So much love to you for coming here to Jets Media and showing some love to the channel, my man. I appreciate that big time. I really do. We got 200 live right now on YouTube. Hit that thumbs up button. Tight end Juwan Johnson is off the board. He went back to the Saints. So that's a target I wanted the Jets to bring in. He's back with the Saints, I believe. Breaking news. Breaking news. All right. So that's something to keep in mind. That is something to keep in mind. So what do we do about right tackle? Great question, Shake and Bake. Great question. I think Membo is an option at pick number 7. Maybe the Jets slide AVT to right tackle and they get a guard. I don't know. There's a lot of options. Elijah Moore back as Jets number 2. Oh, my gosh. No. That ain't happening, bro. Come on, man. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? What do we think about the Jets drafting Warren at 7? I would love it, man. I really, really would love it. Can you imagine an offense with Justin Fields, Breece Hall, and Tyler Warren and Garrett Wilson from a running standpoint? From just a rushing standpoint, you can have Tyler Warren at Wildcat taking direct snaps with Justin Fields at halfback, hypothetically. Let's not forget about Malachi Corley, who could be involved in the running game attack if this coaching staff uses him properly. I think Tyler Warren is absolutely on something, man. Richie, DT, that's what we need. Facts, defensive tackle. And the best thing is this defensive tackle class in the 2025 NFL draft is stacked. You can get a really good defensive tackle in day 2 and day 3. So I think that's something the Jets are going to keep in mind for sure. Not going to lie, the Patriots are looking a lot scarier on defense now, Richie. Yeah, they are. I mean, they're making some moves, but they're definitely making moves, as they should with all the cap space they have. Bring in Conklin, Eccles, Keenan Allen, Onwuzurike. I would love the Jets to sign Levi Onwuzurike, 100%. I think that would be a big move for the Jets. I don't know if they're going to do it, but I would love that. I would absolutely love that. So Tyler Warren is the next George Kittle, maybe even better than that. You never know. You never even know. So, folks, don't forget to smash the thumbs up button on your way into the show. We got over 200 plus live. Let's get into some callers. I appreciate everybody that's tuning in. Let's freaking get into it, man. I love it. Absolutely love it. All right. Let's see if we got everything all situated. Boom, boom. First caller in the house is the legend, Charles Gorman. What's up, Charles?
Hey, Richie. How are you, buddy?
I'm good, my friend. How about you?
Good, man. Look, I'm happy the new Justin Fields is a Jet. I think he should compete with Tyrod for the starting job, even though I personally kind of want Tyrod to be the starter because of his experience and success as a starter, but that's just me personally. As for Brandon Stevens and Andre Cisco, I'm intrigued by the Andre Cisco signing. I think Brandon Stevens should be able to rebound because last year he wasn't very good. But I'm also very happy we re-signed Jamie Sherwood. I loved how we stepped up for C.J. Mosley last year. He was very good in coverage. He was very good in tackling. I think he led the NFL with 98 solo tackles. That's insane. He was incredible last year. So we signed him to a 3-year, $45 million deal. Let's see what the hell happens. And as for who I want in free agency, I would love Jedrick Wills from the Cleveland Browns. I would love Keenan Allen, Tim Patrick.
Keenan Allen would be sick. Tim Patrick. Yeah, I mean, we got a super chat right here, Charles. Give Jedrick Wills a shot at right tackle, then draft the right tackle you can develop in the 3rd or 4th. This team needs Tyler Warren at tight end. Yeah,
that's what I've been preaching on the Jake Asman show, Tyler Warren, because, you know, I understand taking a tight end in the top 10 would seem a bit odd, and it hasn't always worked. But Tyler Warren's different. You know, last year he was the winner of the John Mackey Award for the best tight end in the country. And a lot of people compare him to not only Rob Gronkowski, but also Jeremy Shockey. And both of them had pretty good careers in the NFL, especially Rob Gronkowski. Of course, we hated him that he was on the Patriots. He was a hell of a football player.
Absolutely. Well, I agree with everything you're saying, Charles. I'm pumped up about what's going on right now. Great to see you as always, Charles. Hope you're doing well. And
I am. I'm doing really well. Thank you so much, Richie, and God bless.
Absolutely. Charles Gorman, everybody. Everybody give a round of applause in the chat for Charles Gorman. How can you not like Charles Gorman? A-Bat, we read it already, but I want to say thank you for the $5 super chat. It really does help out the channel more than you know, my friend. We got 2 super chats so far on the channel today. Keenan Allen. Imagine the Jets signed Keenan Allen on a team-friendly deal, like a 1-year cheap contract. That would be kind of sick. I mean, he's not in his prime anymore, and he's definitely injury-prone. But I would like Keenan Allen next to Garrett Wilson in year 1 with Justin Fields. I mean, I think that would be a pretty good pickup. I think Tim Patrick is more realistic, but Keenan Allen is a sure go-to guy. I mean, how bad was he in Chicago last year? I'm sure. How bad was he? We'll see. We shall see. You guys better start Fields over Tyrod. We will start. I know Charles said he would prefer Tyrod over Fields. Justin Fields signed here to be the starting quarterback. I think that is for sure. 100%. Folks, don't forget to hit the like button on your way in. Richie, you excited about Fields? I am excited about Fields, man. I actually am. Any new signing? No, not today. Not today. All right, let's get into the next caller. We got my buddy James up next. James.
What up, Richie? Rich.
Great to see you, my friend.
You too, bro. How you doing? You all right?
I'm all right, brother. How about you? Good?
Good, man. Good, man. Listen, first off, I just called into Matt O'Leary a little while ago. I love all you guys, but this is where it's at right here. Jets Media, fact, fact. This is where it's at, my guy.
Appreciate
Um,
you, James.
yeah, man, you know it. I bring the juice. I'm a little tired today, though. A little tired, but I like the Justin Fields thing. I like it, but um, I think we need Tyler Warren. Morgan Moses, that piece of you know what, right? Dipped out, went to the ops. I'm trying to watch. I'm trying to wash my mouth this year, Richie. Keep it a little cleaner. I'm
There we
trying.
go.
Yeah. But he went to the ops, so we gotta. I want Tyler Warren. All right. I was just saying before, if we have Justin, Braylon, Brees, Tyler Warren at tight end, you could do some pretty creative stuff right there, man. You really can. I was thinking throwing it out to Tyler Warren, having Justin Fields on the other side, throwing it opposite field and watching him scoop for 30 or 40 yards, bro. That's a definite possibility, stuff like that, because he could throw the ball. I said it before, he was a quarterback in high school, so I like that. I love the Jamie Sherwood sign. I'm a big fan. I wanted him back. As far as the receivers go, I think I saw someone say today, bring Lazard back.
Someone said that.
Well, yeah, I saw it on somewhere. I forget where I saw it, but bring Lazard back. He's got cement feet. He's got short little arms. Get out of here. Bring Lazard back. That's insanity. That's craziness. But Tim Patrick, maybe I could deal with that. But we gotta. I think Tyler Warren is it, because he'll help on the line. He'll be able to chip, and he's definitely a freak athlete. He could block in space. He could block on the line. So my guy for this draft is Tyler Warren. That's who I really want big time. But we'll see what happens, man. I'm not going to judge it yet. Like I said, I said before, I'm not hot on it. I'm not cold. We'll see. I'm going to let this thing rock. Maybe this time around, it's his third time around. Maybe he gets it. Maybe something clicks. He's got the potential. Him and Garrett reuniting, Jeremy Ruckert. Maybe he wakes up from his slumber for once. So we'll see what happens. But I'm okay with it. I'm not too angry about it, but I'm not too happy about it. But we'll see. If things might, we might catch lightning in a bottle. You never know. It happens. Look at Geno. Look at Sam Darnold. Let's just go on down the list. It happens. So why can't it happen to us for a fuck? Why can't it happen to us for a change? So
There you go, guys. Gotcha.
yeah. You like that, Richie?
Why can't it
So
happen to us? Why not us? Finally, man. You see all these teams with these bum quarterbacks go to their team and they thrive. Why can't we get a bum and a former bum? I'm not going to call Justin Fields a bum, but he was in Chicago. Wasn't really a bum in Pittsburgh, looked pretty good in Pittsburgh, and now he's on the New York Jets, and I'm excited about it, man. I really, really am, and I think it's going to pump some new life to this Jets team because we're going young at quarterback. We're going from an old man in Aaron Rodgers that's built to win right now to someone with upside. It's a completely different perspective at the quarterback position. It also tames our expectations, James. We're not going to be idiots and delusional like, whoa, I feel like we're grounded a little bit more now.
exactly, and I think I think that it's going to be creative this year. They're going to come up with some plays that are going to highlight his, what he does best, and I think it can be exciting. I really do. We got to get this defense right. We need a D tackle. I want a defensive tackle today, like 2 minutes ago. I want one right now. So because we need to give Quinnen some help. We need to clog up the middle and let those backers run free. But I like the Cisco signing. He went to my high school. I went to St. Anthony, so I love that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I love that. I love that. Shout out South Huntington, big time. But
That's
yeah.
awesome.
So we'll see what happens. But I'm excited, Rich. Good to talk to you, bro. I'll be locked in all year, dog. I'll talk to you
James,
soon. All
my
right, bro.
guy. Much love
Later.
to you, brother. Much love to James, as always. He's been with Jets Media from day number one, man. We love you. Speaking of that, we miss Jack, says Martin. Jack is going to be back. Don't you worry. And I'll tell you this, Jack is very happy because I don't know if you guys remember, if you watched Jets Media back in the day during the 2021 process, but Jack was very, very adamant that he wanted Justin Fields over Zach Wilson. And I have records behind it too. I went on X and I found a tweet, and I can even show you guys. I found a tweet of me posting, who would you want, Zach Wilson or Justin Fields, heading into the 2021 draft? And here it is, right? I posted this April 7th, 2021. And I asked a question, retweet for Zach Wilson, like for Justin Fields. And if you scroll down, look what Jack said, Justin Fields. I sent Jack the screenshot. I'm like, hey, bro, congrats. You got your quarterback finally that you wanted. So Jack is a happy man with Justin Fields. He's going to be back on the pod, Martin. hopefully next week we're going to get him back on here to share his thoughts of the Jets free agency process and everybody that they brought in. If you guys want to see Jack back in action, you let me know, and I will make sure it happens. I'm sure you guys want to hear from Mr. Jack McGalley himself. And the reason why Jack hasn't been on here, it's a pretty cool reason. I don't know if you guys know this, but Jack is a musician, and Jack has been putting so much energy into his original music that he's been working on behind the scenes. So that's been his priority right now, is grinding on his music and creating the best quality sound you could possibly imagine. And I'm really excited for him because I'm seeing the behind the scenes of, his music career before my very eyes. So that's why Jack hasn't been on the show recently, but he's going to carve out some time for us and talk some Jets when he is able to do so. Folks, don't forget to smash the thumbs up button. We're live for day 2 of Jets Free Agency Frenzy. Now, today's a little more quiet, definitely more quiet. Yesterday was a jam-packed day. I was live yesterday, folks, for 9 hours total. Between wake up a ball in the morning, 2 hours for Jets Media, Jets Free Agency Frenzy. Then I was on a Bleacher Report 3-hour special show yesterday, which was crazy. I had James Palmer. It was like 8,000 live watching me on Bleacher Report for 3 straight hours. And then I went back live on Jets Media for an hour to talk about them signing Justin Fields. And then I went live on the AFC's Roundtable for another hour and a half. Yesterday was a long day. And I enjoyed every single second of it. And then I unplugged last night. I'm like, you know what? I don't even care if the Jets make a move because I need to get off the internet. I need to get off social media because my brain is melting and I need to just unplug. And what happens? We sign Andre Cisco and I'm looking at my phone and I'm like, I love the signing, but I am not making a video right now. I'm sorry. Like, I usually hold myself accountable. Like, every time there's news, I got to go be making videos right away, but I'm like, I'm giving myself a break. I'm going to make a video in the morning. The video didn't even get a lot of views this morning. And I'm like, I don't even care about that. Honestly, like, I don't care. I need to put myself first a little bit, but that's what it's going to be about. Jack, got to record an intro song for your channel. You know what? I'm going to screenshot this and send it to Jack right now. See what he has to say about it, because maybe I can hop on the track too. Maybe I can hop on the track as well. I'm going to send that to him. That'll be on to something. All right, let's get to more of your callers. Shout out to everybody in the chat right now. Let's go. JT's up next.
Yo.
Well, JT,
how you doing, man?
What's good? How are you doing?
Nothing much. I am excited for this Justin Fields signing, man. I didn't know too much about each one during the draft process. I didn't really follow college back then, but I don't know, man. I think Justin Fields has some untapped potential. He's been in some bad situations, benched after a 4-2 start. Who does that? I don't know, man. I'm hyped about Justin Fields.
You are, man. We're all hyped about Justin Fields. I feel like you should be. I feel like
Not
Justin Fields brings some upside. And the cool thing about it, JT, is there's a feeling where even if he sucks or if it doesn't work out, it doesn't feel like the end of the world. Like, if Rodgers sucked and he was bad, it was the end of the world, which it ended up being, right? Mm-hmm. So that's why I feel like there's a sense of ease and calming where there's not a lot of risk involved.
He's either a serviceable bridge or he's our future. We'll find out.
Yeah, I mean,
that's how I'm looking at it.
That is, and you got to look at it from that perspective. So I think that the Jets did a great job prioritizing him and giving him the contract that he got.
A little more than I thought he was going to get signed for, but who knows what his market was like out there, though. You know what I mean? He might have had offer from Pittsburgh that was around the same. So you never know.
The contract was not that bad.
Yeah, no, I agree. Was it it's 2 years, 15
40
year,
mil,
right?
And it's structured differently.
20 years, right?
It's structured a different way. So
like incentives and stuff like that. Oh no, wait, isn't there like a cap hit the 3rd year or whatever?
Yeah, there's some voidable years. So if they wanted to extend him long term, if he's good, that's going to add some flexibility. But also tells you that the ownership is backing this regime with financial flexibility. It opens up the Jets to be more aggressive this year and next year to add around him.
Right. I'm excited to see where this offense goes to with Tanner Engstrand. Like, from what I've heard, he had a lot to do with the Lions offense. It wasn't just Ben Johnson. So, like, that kind of gives me a nice sense of comfort because I love the way they utilized Montgomery and Gibbs, Sonic and Knuckles. I feel like we have the same combo with Braylon and Brees.
We do.
Braylon's the Knuckles and Sonic is Brees. I mean, I feel like this offense could be fun this year, man.
100%. I agree.
Where are you at in Tyler Conklin?
Yeah, good question. I'd be open to bring him back because we got nobody. I wanted Johnson, but he re-signed with New Orleans. I think the Jets are going to draft a tight end, but even if you draft a tight end, I still think Tyler Conklin coming back wouldn't hurt. I think it would have to be a team-friendly deal.
Mhm.
If you look at the tight end market, it's pretty thin, but I think the Jets, I mean, if they want Tyler Warren at 7, maybe that's what they're aiming at right now, and that's why they're pretty quiet at that tight end spot. If you draft Tyler Warren, I'm comfortable with Warren and Ruckert as your number 1, number 2. I still like Jeremy Ruckert, especially now that Justin Fields is our quarterback. There's some chemistry there.
Right. I keep forgetting about Rucker, but I was just thinking I would love the combo of Tyler Warren and Tyler Conklin. I think Tyler Conklin would be a nice a nice like vet to bring in with Warren. Rucker doesn't necessarily have those years under his belt like Conklin does. Conklin has all that starting time. I would love to bring in like a Tyler Conklin vet and draft Warren. Warren's my guy at 7, man. I'm convinced. Blocking tight end, big red zone target, man. He's not going to be, he maybe won't have the career he had, but come on, our Gronk, let's get it.
100% agree, JT. I appreciate the love and all the support that you've been doing, man, on this channel and Roundtable Sports, my guy. Much love.
Appreciate the content. Oh yeah, brother. Have a good one.
My pleasure. You too, my man. You too. Big shout out to my boy, JT. Much love. All right, let's see what this chat is saying. What linemen do we have? Hello? We have 4 out of the 5 offensive linemen set. That's who we have. Why are you making it seem like we have nobody on these offensive line? Olu Fashanu, first-round pick last year, who was a stud when he was on the field. John Simpson, who the Jets signed last year, and he was an absolute stud at left guard. Joe Tippmann, who's 23 years old and our future center. Elijah Vera Tucker, who was an all-pro potential first-round pick for the New York Jets, who played very well last year and finally coming off a healthy season. Yeah, that's who's blocking for the New York Jets. We have one hole on the offensive line, and everyone's panicking. Really? This is the best this Jets offensive line has looked on paper heading into an offseason in years, all right? And the fact that we lost Morgan Moses, it hurts because we want some continuity, but now the Jets have an opportunity to go add some pieces elsewhere. We have 4 starters on the offensive line that are good. Not great. I think there's upside of Olu being great. There's upside of AVT being great. There's upside of even Tippmann being great. But why are we acting like the Jets don't have any offensive linemen? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? That's my point about it. Heard we are aiming at Diggs. Where did you hear that, Johnny? Stephon Diggs would be crazy. That would be crazy. Low key. Stephon Diggs on a cheap deal? I don't know. Now, speaking of the tight end position, folks, this is a target that a lot of Jets fans wanted. He's off the market. He's going to New Orleans. So, back to New Orleans, that is. So, take him off your list of who you want. Let's do it. Let's do it. Olu, the only good one. The rest stank. I disagree. Go look at the numbers. I mean, Joe Tippmann ranked at the upper echelon in the league last year. So did John Simpson. So did AVT. The Jets have a coaching issue. The Jets have a scheme issue on the offensive line. Keith Carter is the worst offensive line coach I've ever seen in my life. I think with this new coaching staff coming in, I love the pieces on the offensive line, 100%. Chris Olave is a guy that I think the Jets could definitely target, but would they want to take a risk on someone that's a concussion away from retiring, basically? That's another thing you got to look at. So a lot of risk involved. A lot of risk involved. All right, let's get into some more callers. Chris Fizz is up next. What up, Chris? Chris, you there, buddy? Chris, going once. Chris. Oh, Chris is over here. Chris, found you. My
Sorry
guy.
about that. I had some technical issues.
You're all good, my man. How you doing?
Oh, pretty good. Seeing that Justin Fields signing yesterday got me pretty hyped.
Oh, yeah, we hyped up about it.
That was during the school day too. I came home, watched the live. I was all hyped about it. I mean, I remember talking to you the other night. I was talking about Justin Fields. Jordan Travis still a backup guy. I love to see it. He's good potential if there's any issues there. Tyrod Taylor, good mentor for him. Am I concerned about the offensive line? No, not really. Like you said, we only have one hole, which I think we will fill. I don't know much about the draft class, so I won't talk about it much. But D tackle, I don't want to draft another offensive line in the draft. I've heard some rumblings about that. First rounder, I don't think we should do that. But Tyler Warren, I've heard a lot about him. I did watch some of his game film, and I think he could definitely be a good fit. I do like Jeremy Ruckert, though. I don't know why we're like putting him off.
Yeah, I think Ruckert's good, but it's just not as the number 1 guy.
Right. No, I completely agree with that. Tyler Conklin, I'm open to bringing back. It all depends. But Cisco, I'm happy we brought him in too. I saw a lot of his game film before he even came to the Jets. I was a fan of him on Jacksonville, and he looks awesome. So I'm very hyped about
Hard
this
hitter.
this Jets team.
Hard hitting safety coming on in, tied to New
Most
York.
definitely.
Gotta love it.
And he was on a bad, I would say, pretty bad team who hasn't very much performed in the last few years. So now he's got a change of environment coming up north now, bigger market. So we'll see how it goes.
I agree. Chris, appreciate the call, and I'm happy that you were able to experience
worries, Richie.
Fields experience in school. You come home all pumped up. I love it, man.
Hell yeah.
I love it.
You already
Appreciate
know.
you, Chris.
Appreciate the content, man. Have a good one.
Always. Let's go Jets. Shout out to Chris Fizz. Love that name. Ronaldo. If Abdul falls to 7, would you take him? In a heartbeat. Abdul Carter is the best player in the draft. I mean, you kidding me? He's not falling 7. I'll just say that. His injury thing, I don't think that's too much of a concern. If he falls to 7, the Jets should sprint to get him in. That's the best player on the board at 7. No doubt about it. I don't care what hole we have. I don't care if we don't even technically need somebody. I look at Abdul Carter as a generational talent. If there was one player in this draft that is a quote-unquote a generational talent, I would put Abdul Carter in there. Also Travis Hunter. But, yeah, that's how I look at it. So, yes, 100%. I would really like Tyler Warren at 7, but I heard earlier the Colts are desperate to trade down to land him. Info came from someone who works in the Colts building. You mean trade up for him, David? I'm assuming is what you mean, because they would have to trade up for Tyler Warren, not down. But, yeah, I think Tyler Warren will be available for the Jets at 7. I would be shocked if he goes in the top 6. Absolutely shocked if the Jets are on the clock at pick 7 and Tyler Warren is not there. Joe says, pass blocking is not our priority with the new quarterback that can't throw the ball at all. We have 4 running backs, so we better get tougher up front. AVT is overrated at this point. From a running game perspective, this Jets offensive line, that's what their strength is. That's completely what their strength is. And I don't know. I mean, I think Elijah Vera Tucker, his biggest issue has been injuries. I mean, I don't know why we're saying he's overrated. No one's saying he's phenomenal. But do you want me to bring up the PFF? I mean, I'll do it. Does this look overrated to you guys? 77.7 grade, which was 15th amongst guards last year. He was 19th in pass blocking grade and 17th in run blocking grade. Played 916 snaps at right guard. Was 90th in penalties, barely had any penalties. I mean, he's not elite, but he's not overrated. This is a solid piece to this Jets offensive line. 25 years old, room for improvement. Overrated? I disagree. Injury prone? Yes, he is. But guess what? He was healthy last year, and I think that's a big plus. Big plus. So, yeah, that's my thoughts of that. AVT is not overrated. He's average to above average at best. Just need to stay healthy. Exactly. I'm not saying he's great, but saying he's overrated, a little bit disrespectful, if I had to say. But hey, we can all disagree. It's all good. If Mason Graham drops, would you take him? Yes. That's another player I would 100% consider at defensive tackle. But I will say that this draft class is the deepest at that position. So if they wanted to pass on defensive tackle in the first round and go defensive tackle in the second round, you can get someone not as talented as Mason Graham, but a really good talent in the second round or even the third round at interior defensive tackle, which is a big hole for the New York Jets right now. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. So there's a lot of options. A lot of options. People want to get rid of AVT. People, he is more of a fitness guard, not a power. You mean finesse? I'm like, fitness guard. What does that mean? Finesse guard or fitness? I don't know what that means. But let's keep moving along into the callers. We got the number one grinder up next. What up, the number one grinder? Great to see you, my friend.
Great to see you too. Thank you. I love the signing. And the only thing I want people to understand is to go up. He hearing everything. I was checking out throughout social media. Oh, he can't throw. Or he can't do it. But if I'm not mistaken, tell me I'm right or wrong. When he got drafted, number 11 to Chicago. Let's be honest. they was a bad franchise then. He came in with nothing. He had to run for his life. I'm not
Agreed.
gonna say he makes some mistakes. I'm not saying that, but you gotta understand. He ain't come with no idea or a veteran a wide receiver or offensive line. No, he had nothing. He was like really like scrambling for his life. And a little by little, he's improved. Yeah, we want him to improve on, yes. So, I understand what I'm saying. You know, the contract that he signed for the Jets ain't nothing. After they don't want him, they didn't cut him. But I had a very slight feel. I was thinking at this, right? I really think that the office that he coming right now, I think he's going to improve. I really think he's going to improve, and the running game is going to be very. Yeah, you're going to hear first from here. People say we can win by 5-6 games. Realistic, I think we can win 9 to 10 games and plus more. That's what I think because now, you know, before then we had Rodgers. Oh, we know what they're going. We know what they're going to do. They dictate. We got Fields now. Defense
9 games with Justin Fields we're winning, or 10. I like it. I love it.
I
Hey,
think they wait for 10. I think that when defense now, you know,
you never know.
When he improved the throwing, the defense right now, you know, they're gonna be like studying like how are we gonna stop him because
that is true. I mean, when it comes to the running attack, it's an absolute difference maker. And the number one grinder, great to see you, my friend.
Thank you. Appreciate
Always.
it.
Salute to you, my friend. Much appreciated. Number one grinder brings up some great points, folks. When you're a defense and you have to, and Aaron Glenn said this, and Dan Campbell said this, going up against the Chicago Bears with Justin Fields was not easy as an offense because the Jets have never had a dual quarterback like Justin Fields, ever. Mike Vick, Tim Tebow, who am I missing? I mean, those guys didn't even play. I mean, they were good. We've never had somebody that's a legit threat at the quarterback position from a mobility standpoint. And he's not just mobile. He's a literal runner where they can be designed runs for Justin Fields. And there should be design runs for him. Like, think about Lamar Jackson on the Ravens. The Jets got to build an offense just like the Ravens built an offense for Lamar Jackson. The Jets are going to build an offense for Justin Fields. And I don't think Justin Fields has ever had that. The Chicago Bears had just a giant mess. Pittsburgh's offense was not built for Justin Fields. The Jets hired Tanner Engstrand. Now they signed Justin Fields, and now you best believe now that he's officially a Jet, from here on out, the entire playbook is going to be about Justin Fields. Design rollouts, RPOs, read options. We're going to see some read options, folks. I love read options. You kidding me? Breece Hall, Justin Fields, whoop. You're going to defend Justin Fields? Watch out for Breece Hall down the left sideline for 80 yards. You're going to try to tackle Breece? It's a keeper. Justin Fields beats you over the side. I mean, come on, man. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. I like Justin Fields' upside. When it comes to the rushing attack, the Jets are going to be a completely different animal on the ground this year. That's going to be their philosophy. And by the way, Justin Fields has a cannon. So if they're so afraid of the run and they get sucked into the play action, watch Justin Fields unload it deep as well. Peculiar with the $2. Imagine Olu, Simpson, Tip, ABT, and Membo for 7 years. Membo in the first round is intriguing for sure. That would be interesting. Listen, I like it. I like it a lot. I think that Peculiar is onto something, and we're going to have that debate, a healthy debate about that all season, all off season long, heading into the NFL draft. Let's get into the next caller. We got PBM. What's up, PBM?
Yeah, what up?
I got that same tank top. I love it.
Love this tank top. Love it.
Fresh.
So we have to solidify the defense to stop the run. Even when the defense was good 2 years ago, we got run on. We have to stop the run because we're going to lose games from the run. We have to do it. So I don't care what it takes. If we lose the 4th round pick, whatever it is, we can't go through another season where we have the lead in the 4th quarter and they're running the ball down and we lose like the Patriots game or the Colts game. I can't go through it again. I can't do it again. So we have to, please God, please get a defensive tackle. Please solidify the run defense. That's what we got to do. Got to do it.
100%. And that's a big hole that the Jets have yet to fill. Luckily, we do have Quinnen Williams. And I think some people forget that, but we
Yeah,
need
but he gets
somebody
double
next to him.
teamed. He
I know.
He gets double teamed, and then what? It's
We
no
need
good
someone
just
next to
having him. We need someone good next to him.
Jermaine coming back is great against the run as well. I think that's a big plus to have him back, which we did not have last year. He's not only a guy that goes to the quarterback, but he sets the edge in the run game. And no doubt about it, the defensive tackle position is huge. And also don't forget, Jamie Sherwood coming back is going to be a big plus for the Jets run defense as well. So I think the Jets are going to prioritize defensive tackle in this draft because this draft class is loaded. They can even double dip. Honestly, they can draft 2 defensive tackles in the draft.
I was going to ask you, like, what do you think about them taking 2 tackles? Because it's so
I
deep,
think
so why not?
I think there's even undrafted free agents that's going to be out there. Leonard Taylor III is still on this Jets team as well, who I love his upside more as a pass rusher inside. But, yeah, there's going to be a lot of options. But they will bring in somebody in free agency at defensive tackle. But it's going to be a cheaper guy that not a lot of people saw coming. And it's just up to the coaching staff to get the most out of him. So I agree. We got to stop the run because last year – we weren't that great against the run, and maybe this new scheme is going to be able to do just that. So,
Hope so.
We'll see.
I got to walk the dog. I'll see you later, brother.
Appreciate you, brother. BPM. Appreciate the call. We do got to stop the run, man. 100%. Melvin says, do we trade Quincy? I feel he may sit out due to the Sherwood contract. I would prefer not to. I don't know if we're going to be able to extend Quincy now, though, because we just extended Jamian. And Quincy definitely is underpaid. Grossly underpaid, actually. Criminally underpaid. I hope he doesn't do that. I really don't. I don't know if he's that type of player. But you never know. Some people are built differently. Some people want their money, and they got to do what's best for them. And, I mean, he was first-team All-Pro, and then last year he wasn't, though. There was a sign of regression. So hopefully that's not the case, though. Lascell is up next. What's up, Lascell?
What's good? What's good, man? Been a while.
How you doing? Been a while, my friend. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, liking what I'm seeing. I like that we got Justin Fields. I was one of those guys as well that wanted Justin Fields more than during Zach Wilson.
You got your guy then.
Yeah,
Finally.
I did. Yeah. After like a couple years, you know. But I like that we did it, and the contract is the way that it is. Because if anything goes wrong, like you said, we go into the next draft and be like, okay, let's get our next quarterback. Let's get the rookie quarterback. But right now, you see the draft class. You see the QB class. It's not as great. It's not great. But next year it's gonna be even greater. So they're looking at that and they're like, let's go and get Justin Fields now. And then if everything goes wrong, okay, we got next year's draft, and we have so many more options at the quarterback position.
Exactly, it's a win-win for me.
Every minute of this, and I do like we got the Cisco. I do like him too because he's just a ball hawking safety. He's great at finding the ball, and Brandon Stephens, because I think that's what Aaron Glenn wants to bring out. He wants to bring out the physicality. Like, he didn't do well last year. I know that. But the one thing you know about Brandon Stephens is that he's going to hit the wide receiver. He's going to hit him. He is literally like a safety. He's a hard hitter. And I think that's what Aaron Glenn wants to bring out. He's like, hey, we were being too soft last year. We need to be physical. We need to be more physical. Hit the opponent. Hit them. And I think that's why they brought in Brandon Stephens. But I do want to ask you, because I did the mock draft a little bit. What do you think about this? What if Arizona Cardinals, we trade down with the Arizona Cardinals, we get the 16th pick, but we also get their second round pick and their first and second round pick of next year?
Who are they trading up for?
I don't know. That's what they gave to me. That's what they gave. Hey, if that happens, I am praising Aaron Glenn and Darren Murray. I'm like, bro, no, we got the best general manager and head coach in history at this point. We are fleeced the Arizona Cardinals in trading down. And here's the thing, in that mock draft, I still got Tyler Warren.
Wow.
I still got Tyler Warren.
Well, that's why, Lascell, appreciate the call as always, my friend. But that's why that's called a mock draft. That is not happening. The Jets are not trading down from 7 to 16 and getting a second this year, a first next year, and a second next year. That's a haul for a quarterback. It's a simulation, what you just did. Don't get your hopes up, Lascell. Okay, I'm here as your friend. Don't trip over a mock draft and expect that, because you're going to set yourself up for failure if you're expecting the Jets to pull off that type of robbery. Can you imagine the Jets pull that off? That would be funny. All right, let's get into the next caller. We got Chidi Bang. What up, bro?
What's good, Richie? How you doing, man?
I'm good, bro. How about yourself?
Doing well, man. I got a question for you, and somebody hinted at it in the chat already. But let's say the Jets don't get a tight end in free agency, and they don't get a right tackle in free agency.
Okay.
At number 7, would you rather take Armand Membu or Tyler Warren? Now, I'm struggling with this myself because I'm torn between having that young offensive line with like completely set. Like we're done. Finally, we're done if we get Membu, and we can just focus on establishing everything around the offense after that. Or we get Tyler Warren, who's an incredible tight end, who's a target. So there's a lot of questions. I'm torn. I don't know which one I want.
No, yeah, I think the funny thing about this is the same exact debate last year: left tackle or Brock Bowers. I was team left tackle last year all the way through. I love Brock Bowers as a prospect, but I felt like left tackle was just so much more important.
Yeah.
But I think Tyler Warren is a completely different prospect, and I think that you could get a serviceable right tackle in there that's not Membu, but Tyler Warren's different. You could be so creative, and knowing that Justin Fields is our quarterback, I think adding Tyler Warren to the mix, you can be even more creative with that. So I'm going to put my vote in for Tyler Warren, even though last year I was the opposite, where I'm like, no, get the tackle. Now that we got Olu in the building at left tackle, I think we can get a right tackle. And I know that, you got to prioritize offensive line. I'm not against Membu at all, but I just feel like right now that would be more of an impactful move, because not only does Tyler Warren look good in the pass attack, but he can also block, which is a big, big part of what the Jets are trying to do with Breece Hall and Justin Fields. So I'm going to
you're kind of selling me on it, because last year, ironically, I was a Brock Bowers guy. And then when we did it, I was like, all right, I got to get used to it. And then I loved it, Now I'm like, I saw how it worked, and I'm like, maybe I should go Membu, because once we get him, we're done, and get Tyler Warren after, or get a tight end in the second round, because there's some tight ends that are really looking good outside of the first round. But I feel you on that. And just wanted to ask that question because I'm still torn, but I hear where you're going with
too,
it.
bro. I'm not all the way that way, but listen, you can sell me on both sides. You really can. So
Most definitely,
it's going to be intriguing. We got what, 2 months to talk about that and debate amongst us Jets fans. Something like a month and a half.
It's going to be a fun couple days. I'm going to stay, my guy. Peace out.
No, yeah, and I'm going to stay, my friend. Appreciate that. Let's do it. My boy Chidi Bang dropping in. Did he say namaste? Did I hear that right? I love that. Do it. Tyler Warren is better than Gronk. I would relax. But maybe he is. What if he is? Can you imagine? That's how Detroit did it. Built an overwhelmingly good offensive line. Facts. Also, drafting Sam Laporta, who is a big piece of their offense, that could be our version of it. All right? So let's do it. All right. Let's go back into the callers. Don't forget to smash the like button, folks, though, on your way in. It's day number 2 of Jets Free Agency Frenzy. Jets Free Agency Frenzy is live right now. We have some super chats to get through real quick. Moose City with a $5 says, you think Graham at 7 is a possibility? Where would you go at 7? Yes, Mason Graham is a possibility at 7, 110%. I would be on board for Mason Graham. But like we just talked about, Tyler Warren, Membu. I think McMillan, you got to throw his name out there, but I just don't know if I want McMillan, to be honest. I think having Garrett Wilson, I don't think the Jets need to have 2 first-round picks at wide receiver. You have Garrett, trade for another receiver, if anything, or get a receiver later in the draft. I would prefer to go somewhere else than McMillan. But Mason Graham, Tyler Warren, Membu are my 3 guys that I'm keeping an eye on for the Jets at pick 7. Moose, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. David comes in with €5, I think that is. Love watching your content here in Scotland. What do you think the signings of Any will be over the next day. Cheers, bro. David, salute to you, and thank you so much for the generous super chat. This is his first super chat ever on a live stream. So let's celebrate David right now. Everybody hit a like button on David's super chat and reply to him, hyping him up. First super chat on a live stream in David's life. So thank you so much for setting up the super chat and sending it my way. That does mean a lot, and I do appreciate it, David. I think that the Jets are going to sign Tim Patrick next, wide receiver. That's the move I think the Jets should do. They should release Alan Lazard and sign Tim Patrick. That's what I think the Jets are going to do 100%, because I think the wide receiver position is a gaping hole, and I think that the Jets would benefit from that. So thank you, David, for the kind donation. Let's get into the next caller. Redman.
Oh, so
What's up, man?
my big question is, why do Woody Johnson always trying to control everything when let the GM and let the organization play what they want to trap?
Say that again. Who's trying to control things?
Yeah, Woody Johnson, the Jet owner.
Oh,
He want to
okay.
be that's why all the quarterback haven't worked out, because he not letting them get the player or sign player that they want to sign. What they could. If they don't, if let's just say Justin Field were not the Jets for choice, right? If the GM want him, right, and the owner said no, we don't want him, let them do what the good guys do. Don't stop using the man game. Stop letting them, stop open your big mouth and let the organization win. You got a job to be the owner. Look at the Mets. Look at the Mets owner. He letting them want the organization. And the big issue that I have, remember every time the camera show on TV about Charles Garnier, he look angry. He look like they always fighting Charles Garnier, the wide receiver, because it's the owner is being too much on top of the player and not letting them want to trap players that they want to trap. If why bring in a GM?
I mean, listen, you're on to something, my man. Redman, this has been the issue with the New York Jets for a long time, and you are 100% accurate with everything. And the only thing we can hope now is that they're going to let Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji, the ownership, do their job and get out of the way. So I'm all on board with you, Redman.
And another thing I would like to say,
yeah,
that the New York Jets, what they need to do is they need to do something with the owner. That owner is trying the Jets fan nuts.
Well, unfortunately, there's nothing the Jets can do about the owner because the owner owns the franchise. So that's where the only thing they can do is sell the team.
So you want, before I let you go, you want to tell me that they use man, that you want to tell me that the man game rating is going to help you identify what on the field, what we're going to show you? No, the game doesn't show you how good the player is in real life. No,
I agree. And Redman, I appreciate the call, my friend.
And you know what? I would say I watch you every day. You do a good job, man. I don't know what the hell you do, but keep it up. Before I let you go, I would like to say something that what the Jets need to do is what Aaron Glenn is the right guy for the job, because he played New York, he understands New York, and let Aaron Glenn do his job.
Let Aaron Glenn do his job.
Wait, one more thing. You know what he's doing? He's like a puppet. He want the reason why if I Rob Sutter, because Rob Sutter did not bench and Watson last year. That's why. So you don't do what I say, like a puppet. You get fired. You get fired.
I agree, and let's hope that AG is no puppet. And Redman, I can't thank you enough for the call. I mean, that was the most passionate take I've had in a minute. And he's right. We can't have AG be a puppet. We want the owners to step back and take a breath and let the management do their job. So everybody give Redman some hype, man. That was a passionate take right there from a great Jets fan, great Jets media subscriber as well. So salute to you, Redman. I really do appreciate that passion from you. A lot of fire, folks. A lot of fire. Folks, please do me a favor. Hit the like button. I do got to run now because I'm about to be on Bleacher Report to cover the New York Knicks. The Knicks are, of course, something that I cover as well. If you guys did not know that, I am a Bleacher Report creator for the Knicks. I'm also a Bleacher Report creator for the Jets. That's Wednesday nights at 6 p.m. I'm live on Bleacher Report. So I'm going to be live over there on Bleacher Report in less than 15 minutes. It's at 5 p.m. EST, talking about all things New York Knicks basketball. If you guys are interested in that, definitely consider going over to Bleacher Report and supporting me over there. So yeah, that's really it. Not a lot to talk about in terms of moves that the Jets made today, but the New York Jets signed Justin Fields, Andre Cisco, Brandon Stevens. We'll see who's next. Again, salute to everybody in the chat. Thank you guys so much for all your consistent love and support on Jets Media. You guys have no idea how much it means to me that you guys keep showing the love and the support on this channel. It means the world to me. Let's go, Jets. Shout out to Aaron Glenn. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Love you all. I'm out of here. Enjoy the rest of your evening, folks. Peace out.